Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Tony here from Italian Dual Citizenship Assistance. And today I want to take a few minutes to talk through something that I've been seeing a lot lately in the world of Italian citizenship by descent, specifically with what I've been seeing from a number of the big agencies people sometimes choose to work with to help them obtain recognition of Italian citizenship. Now, lately, I've had quite a few consultations with people who've already hired one of these big firms or had a free consultation and then got a huge quote of 12, 15, or even $20,000 or more, and they're shocked. And in some cases, people have paid thousands of dollars up front, and now they aren't getting their calls and emails returned or their questions answered, and they're reaching out to me for help and information about their case, their options, and changes in the new law. And why is that? Like, that's crazy. Why would somebody be still looking for answers after they've paid that kind of money? And unfortunately, it's because too many of these big firms are slow and impersonal. They're worried about volume, numbers, and the bottom line instead of actually, keeping people informed. Oh, that's a big part of why I started this channel in the first place. The decree and subsequent law conversion is something that impacts potentially millions of people, and there was very little information coming out here on YouTube about it. Now, of course, there are some great service providers, and I can refer you to some of them out there, and I don't want to lump them in with what I'm seeing from some of the agencies. There are many that are working hard to do the right thing for their clients, but others are not, and some are outright ripping people off. One client I recently met with told me that she paid $25,000 to a law firm in Italy and never heard from them again. No emails, no updates, nothing was ever filed. And it's unfortunately not as rare as you might think. I've heard this sort of thing many times recently, and with all the legal changes lately, it's becoming more common. Now, as many of you know, since the October 2024 circular came out, one of the biggest issues blocking eligibility for Italian citizenship by descent has been what people call the minor issue. And that's where a child is considered to have lost their Italian citizenship if their parent naturalized while that child was still a minor. Now, it's been a huge cause of rejections lately, and not just at the consulates and communi, but also in the courts. But here's the thing, some agencies and attorneys are actually still telling people, don't worry about the minor issue, just file your case in court, you'll win. And yes, some people have succeeded even with cases involving the minor issue in court, but there have also been many, many rejections. And a successful outcome in a case with the minor issue is simply not guaranteed. And it's not fair to tell someone that it is. So when someone pays ten or $15,000 based on that advice, and then their case gets rejected, well, it's devastating. And by the way, when someone gets denied in court, they can appeal, but it's not cheap. Appeals in Italy can cost thousands. And what I've unfortunately also seen is that many people are not being told that if you appeal and lose, you could be on the hook for thousands in fees charged by the courts, in addition to the charges from your attorney. So for a lot of people, that rejection isn't just disappointing, it's a massive blow financially. Now, I've been asked if someone had unlimited money, wouldn't you just recommend they go straight to a big agency? And the answer is still no, because in my experience, a lot of these big firms are slow, impersonal, and unnecessarily expensive. The old adage, you get what you pay for, unfortunately just doesn't hold up here with the way that many of these agencies operate, and most are just not set up with their volume of clientele to give people the level of personal support that's needed in a legal environment that's changing as fast as this is. And for the most part, none of the Italian attorneys, who are generally considered to be the top attorneys in the field of Italian citizenship by descent, are connected with these larger agencies. And one of the other issues is that they're often very slow. It's a story I'm hearing over and over again. Many people are now finding themselves stuck and no longer eligible because the agency or firm they hired didn't file their case when they were supposed to, and now they've missed the cutoff deadline and they're not protected under the new law. Or in many cases, the agency took so long to obtain the required documents that the laws have now all changed since the client paid the agency their thousands of dollars 2 or 3 years ago. And now these clients are stuck because they're no longer eligible due to the law changes. And I just absolutely hate to see this. Now, in my business, I connect my clients who have cases that require filing in Italian court, which is not something required for most cases. I connect them directly with a number of the top Italian attorneys in the field of Italian citizenship by descent, who I work with regularly. These attorneys move quickly to file their cases as soon as the required documents are available. And these top Italian attorneys generally work for a fraction of the fees charged by some of these large agencies. Another question that I get every once in a while is, Tony, why do you charge for your consultations when most of these big agencies offer a free consultation? And my honest answer is that I'm not offering a free call just to turn around and pitch you a $12,000 package. Now, with me, the consultation is the service. That's where I walk through your specific family situation, look at how the current law applies, and help you map out your options. I give people absolutely as much as I possibly can in that consultation. I'm not holding things back to keep you dependent on me so that you'll need to keep hiring me just to help. I want you to walk away with real clarity. Even if we don't work together after that consultation, you'll know where you stand. Now, I charge people a reasonable fee because I'm genuinely trying to help people. This isn't a volume game for me. I care about doing this the right way for my clients, and my goal is to help as many people as I possibly can achieve their dream of Italian citizenship without wasting money, without being misled, and without being left in the dark when something changes. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but isn't this guy just trying to sell me his service? And that's a fair point. But the difference here is that I'm not asking you to hand over thousands of dollars up front. I'm not making big promises. I'm just offering an honest conversation and a chance to get your questions answered by someone who's paying attention to how the law works today and who genuinely wants to see you succeed. So here's what I'll say. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you've perhaps already been burned by an agency, or you just want to understand whether your case has a real shot, book a consultation. You'll leave with answers, not pressure. You'll know whether there's a path forward and what your best options are legally, financially, and realistically. And whatever you decide to do, just make sure that you're getting real answers from someone who's on top of the law as it actually is right now. If you do want to book a consultation with me, to find out where you stand and your best path forward, you can book an affordable 20, 30, or 60-minute consultation, whatever fits for you the best, with me on my website at italiandual.com. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.